Let's get the first derivative here. Now, I always write the negative at the numerator because it just makes computations a little bit easier. So I'm going to say f prime of x is, now we could use the quotient rule, but why not write it like this? This is, I think, a little bit easier. If I just have a single term denominator, I'm just going to bring it up and use the power rule. So f prime of x is going to be 3x to the negative 2, and I'll get rid of the negative exponent by writing 3 over x squared. Right, so f prime of x, I'm going to write as 3 over x squared. There's my first derivative. And then I want to compute this at negative 1, so f prime of negative 1 is 3 over negative 1 squared, which is 3 over 1, which is just 3. So f prime of negative 1 is 3, and let me get that in a circle so I don't lose it. And here's our second derivative. F double prime of x is, now I'm going to work from this one. I want the derivative of the derivative, and I'm going to work with this one right here. But I'm going to bring that x to the negative 2 up. So really I'm working with this one right here. This is the most convenient form. So bring the negative 2 down as a multiplier, getting negative 6, decrease it by 1. I'll do it. So it's going to be 3 times, and then we're going to bring that negative 2 down, x to the negative 2 minus 1. Maybe I'm making it harder than it is. Negative 6, x to the negative 3. So get rid of the negative exponent. F double prime of x is negative 6 over x cubed. Here we go. And if we substitute in 1, we're going to get negative 1. F double prime of negative 1 is negative 6 over negative 1 cubed, which is negative 6 over negative 1, which is positive 6. So f double prime of negative 1 is 6. Let's circle that so we don't lose it. So now, what do we know about our function? We can say f of x is, all right, so let's look back at these derivatives. The first derivative is 3. That's positive, right? Here's our first derivative is back over here. That's positive. Our second derivative up here that's positive also. So let's write that. So we're going to have a positive times a positive, which gives us a positive. So this reminds me, right, it's the first and last, increasing. So I think we're going to say that f of x itself, f of x is increasing at an increasing rate. There we go. That means f of x is increasing, so it's increasing at increasing rate. A little bit part of the curve at near negative 1 is going to look like this.